This morning we're going to talk about a sentence from the Course. It actually comes both in the text and the workbook. Love makes no comparisons. Slightly different than in each book, but that's a very important concept. And this, as so many other statements in the Course, goes right to the core of the whole theory of the Course. You always have to recall that the underlying metaphysics of A Course in Miracles is that it is non-dualistic. Which is what characterizes the state of heaven, the state of perfect oneness or undifferentiated unity. The reflection of that on earth is that we see everyone as the same, and that not so much in terms of how our physical eyes see people, because obviously on the level of the body we're all very, very different, but in terms of our reaction, we see everyone as the same, because our reactions, if we are in our right mind, would always be the same. When you're in your right mind, it means that you're looking at the world through the eyes of Jesus, or the vision of Christ, or the perception of the Holy Spirit, in which there are which all the distinctions that our eyes tell us are seen as merely superficial. The state of love in the mind, in our right mind, which is governed by the principle of the atonement, says that the separation never happened, which means you and I are the same. It means God and I are the same. Right? Perfect oneness doesn't make distinctions. Love is love, and perfect oneness is perfect oneness. However, when we place our minds in the service of the ego and we follow the principle of specialness, then everybody is seen as different, and that's what warrants the comparisons. Right? I love you, but I don't love you. I love this part of you, I don't love that part of you. I love you on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but I do not like you on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday, and on Sunday I can't stand you at all. That we always make comparisons. I was happy once in my life, but then you came into my life and everything changed. Everything in this world is governed by this principle of comparisons. But love makes no comparisons, because love sees everyone as the same. When we're told that we should follow the judgment of the Holy Spirit, right, that either we see calls for love or expressions of love, what that translates to into terms of our everyday behavior and the way that we relate to people is, if you are calling for love, and the calls for love come in all kinds of disparate forms. It comes in the form of being anxious, being afraid, being sick, being angry, being attacking, being dependent, and I translate all of that, following the Holy Spirit's guidance, into this is just a call for love. Then being right-minded in this holy instant, I can only be loving. You're calling for love, and the love in me calls out and meets the call for love in you. If, on the other hand, you are expressing love, being right-minded yourself, then the love in me simply is attracted to the love in you, and love meets itself. So either way, whether you are expressing love or calling for love, my reaction is the same, and love makes no comparisons. So that it doesn't matter in terms of my reaction, right, how you are, whether you're in a right-minded or wrong-minded state. I don't compare how you are today with how you were yesterday, how you should be tomorrow. I simply love. And the love will take whatever form will be the most helpful. But the key in all this is not to see differences. When special love makes comparisons, it is always differentiating, and it's judging the differences. And judgment and attack are really synonyms. They go hand in hand. You can't judge without attacking, and if you're attacking, obviously you've made a judgment. Right? And all of this, of course, depends on the prior level of having believed the ego's lies of separation. So once you find yourself making comparisons, once you find yourself choosing up sides, liking certain people but not liking other people, whenever you like certain parts of yourself and dislike other parts of yourself, you are committing, if the Course believes in sin, you'd be committing the sin, which is making the error real. That's what happened when we took the tiny man idea and remembered not to laugh, and instead took it very seriously. Taking it seriously means saying that I am making a comparison. God is one way, and I don't like the way he is. He's being perfectly, his perfect oneness means I, as a separated individual, do not exist. So I make a comparison with how God is, and I do not like it, with how I want God to be. And of course, that's when we invent God in our own image and likeness. The Bible being perhaps the best example of that, certainly in the Western world. So the trick in all this, or the challenge in all this, is to be aware of how we make comparisons and to kind of discover this as quickly as we can, so that we go to the right-minded correction and hear Jesus say to us, love makes no comparisons. If you want to remain with me, and you want to feel my love for you, and you want to take my loving hand so I could walk with you out of hell back to heaven, then you must bring everyone with you. And bringing everyone with you means that you see everyone as the same, because love makes no comparison.